Hello guys, Brad here again with another fragrance video. Today I'll look at Mr. Burberry EDP. Now I had already reviewed EDT a while back, but this is the EDP version. Just a little 2 ml sample spray vial here that I got off of eBay. And it's classified as a woody spicy 2017 release. I believe the EDT had come out a year prior to that. The notes top of cardamom, mint, grapefruit, and tarragon. Middle notes of lavender, nutmeg, and cedar. Base of patchouli, cinnamon, amber, benzoin, vetiver, and sandalwood. So if you're familiar with the note breakdown of the EDT, there are a lot of similar notes. And usually when people think EDT to EDP, they expect it to be the same fragrance, just in a different concentration. And maybe for this fragrance, that's about 80% true. But there are some little changes here, some little tweaks here. You see the added cinnamon. They took out the oak moss and apparently replaced it with patchouli. And a few other things here seem to be different. But you still get that nice grapefruit opening, very refreshing and pleasant. The tarragon, which is like an herbal note that some people say has like an anise-like effect, gives it sort of this rugged, old-school effect. Although it's kind of a modern scent, but it sort of goes into the old-school stylings a little bit as well. Side by side, like I said, they're pretty similar, but I think the EDP does go a little bit darker because the oak moss has now been replaced with patchouli. But other than that, pretty similar because patchouli and oak moss are both sort of dense, woody, earthy type notes, and so you're not getting a whole lot of difference here. But I will say that I think I do enjoy the EDT better because I think it is brighter and more of a everyday wear designer fragrance. Some would say like a cheap replacement for Bleu de Chanel or maybe even Dylan Blue. So like a woody, aquatic kind of a feel to it. If you had to classify EDP, maybe more of a gothic aquatic. Is that a thing? Gothic aquatic? Do you ever go jet skiing while listening to Echo and the Bunnymen? And this might be the fragrance for you. Check it out and see what you think. Really not my thing. I think I will stick with the EDT. I think it's a little bit more refreshing and just has a more like everyday wear feel to it. The EDP just feels darker and more mysterious, and perhaps for people that like that kind of an effect in their fragrances. Personally, I steer away a lot from the patchouli. These days, even the oak moss I try to steer away from because that also seems to be sort of like an old school throwback note as well. But patchouli, I know that could be a bit more polarizing than oak moss, in my opinion. So, yeah, I would stick with the EDT unless you're really into that patchouli and really are adverse to oak moss as well. So that's my thoughts quick on that one. For the overall score, though, 5.5 out of 10 for smell. Not really that appealing, especially when you smell it next to the EDT. Even the EDT, I would say, is sort of on the fence in terms of a buy, because I think why not just spend the extra money and get Bleu de Chanel or something a little bit more likable. Even though EDT is pretty good. Projection longevity on the EDP, though, I'll say like 3 to 5 hours. It didn't really strike me as something that was going to really fill up a room. It just sort of stayed kind of close to the skin after a short while, and didn't really get any feedback on this one either. 6.5 out of 10 projection longevity. Versatility, 6 out of 10. Probably not quite as versatile as the EDT, but if you like a darker fragrance, you could probably wear it in the spring, fall, winter, but probably not a great fragrance for really hot weather. Uniqueness, 5 out of 10. Like I said, very similar to the EDT. Just a couple little tweaks and changes there. Price, $45.35. Will get you the 100 ml tester at FragranceNet. Pay a little bit more, you can get the full presentation. Overall, 5.5 out of 10. Not my favorite flanker, but Yeah, I will definitely finish out my sample and move on, but yeah, I would personally rather just have the EDT at this point in time. So that's my thoughts on Mr. Burberry EDP. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later.